Thanks for watching GunStuff. You're here with a special presentation, D-Day, on the 75th anniversary. Thanks for joining us. We've got a lot of fun entertainment today. We're going to talk a little bit about D-Day. We're going to announce not one, but two contest winners and announce a third contest. You're going to want to stay tuned for this. So thanks for watching GunStuff TV Live. No audio. All right, thanks a lot for watching GunStuff. Hey, one of you guys kill the audio over there. I think we're streaming it. We're getting some backdrops. Hey, we're streaming again now to Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. Where else? So a couple of different Facebook
Is there anybody
channels.
else out there?
Anybody else out there you want to know? Thanks for being with us
And
today.
if we're not on there, call us. We'll get on whatever platform you want us. So.
I've got with me Mike Miller. Today, Scott is taking a day off. He's on hooky, right?
Yeah, it's Christmas in June for Scott. He's down at his Don Fraley's class, ballistic training, learning all about bullet flight and Cornelius effects and stuff. I'd rather be there than here.
And we're
nothing against you, though.
Yeah. We're heading out there to film a new doc style. It's going to be one of the episodes on GunStuff. You'll see all about it. It's coming up very, very soon. So just a reminder, we've got this little blurb here, as you can see, Babes with Bullets. Tell us a little bit about Babes with Bullets.
Chris, female training. We talk about it every week, but to me, they do a great thing. Deb Ferns, Michelicks, you know, females can go out. It's all females. They don't have to be intimidated by maybe males being around there, but they can learn exactly how to protect themselves if that's what they want to do, whether they want to carry or not, or just have one in the house, or just be around firearms and not be scared of it. And you know, maybe know what their husband knows, or teach their kids later, you know, at the farm or at the range, whatever, and just learn safety.
And it's not just an hour training. We're talking about a couple of days, right?
It's 3 to 4 days, I believe. We've been to a couple of them. I can't remember, but it's 3 or 4 days. They put you up, food, catered. You know, everything's in nice facilities. I think the one even had a spa that you could go to, you know, while you were there. But they really cater to the females, and they make it simple. But if you're a little bit more of an advanced shooter, they can go all the way up. Obviously, I think between the three ladies that put it on, they've got about probably over 100 years of experience.
Well, they're not really that old, but
experience, yeah. Combined.
So yeah, Kay, Michelik, Lisa Munson, and Deb Fern's got a great camp. It's coming to a location near you now. You snooze, you lose, because this is it. This is the last of them. There ain't no more after 2019. So make sure you go to babeswithbullets.com and sign up. Well, today it's D-Day. Did you see any of the presentations on television yesterday or today?
Unfortunately, I've been in meetings for the last 2 days, so I have not even had a chance to you know, watch Fox News or anything, so unfortunately, but I'm going to get to that tonight.
This is going to be your D-Day presentation then. So we're talking a little bit about D-Day, and I thought, well, I'd be a little bit remiss if we didn't mention it and mark it here on this show. So just to show you a little bit here, this is a picture of my namesake, Christopher Yeoman. And Christopher was at Bruce Rock, Western Australia. They migrated from England, and they were living, well, it's a very rudimentary lifestyle. They were cutting down redwood trees, trying to make this whole thing happen. And he served in World War I. And you ask me, why is he on here? Because he came back home, raised a family, and when World War II came, he lied about his age so he could go out again and defend his country and defend freedom. Here's a picture of him on the right. You'll see my grandfather, there's my grandmother. That's my very cute mother, very young there, and that's my Uncle Bill. Over on the left is Uncle Arthur. This is during the World War II. He was out there deployed as well. And the young boy, as you see there in that little shot there, that Bill, he actually ended up going out to the Philippines and had a lot of action there. he was captured along with a lot of allies, and he was forced to go on the Bataan Death March. Now, we're not going to talk much about it, but the Bataan Death March, they marched these guys at gunpoint 60 miles to a different camp, and after they arrived there, lots of people died on the time. Very brutal. You read about it. It's one of the world's worst atrocities. He lived through it, and then he spent 40 months in a camp waiting to be rescued at the end of the World War. So hats off to Uncle Bill. He died not too long ago. Here's my father, was in the Army Air Corps and served as part of World War II. Now, to mention the rest of my wife's family, we've got the three brothers. In the lower right-hand corner is her dad, and then two of her uncles, both served. William and Earl also served in World War II. So that whole generation, everybody stopped what they were doing. They went out to protect us. Here's a picture of Ted, and you'll see his release papers into a grateful nation. It's signed from Henry Truman. I'll let you guys read it. And, well, it brings back a lot of memories, especially for Ted, because 41 years ago, this very day, he passed away not too far from right here in Kentucky. And so we remember him this D-Day. I'm going to finish with this. When he passed away 40 years ago, my wife's mother remarried to a close family friend, Kelly Earl. And here's his picture, and you'll see on the right, it says a little tribute to him. This was in the newspaper. He actually ended up on Omaha Beach in Normandy. He was there on D-Day +2, and I asked him about that. He was there as part of the medical corps, and so he got on that beach and started cleaning up these poor guys and treating them. He followed the World War II troops all the way as they beat the Germans back from the beaches of France, all the way back into the Battle of the Bulge. He was there. He told us some stories about that. And then he also was among the group, they liberated Buchenwald. Now, Buchenwald was one of the most horrific concentration camps that the Nazis put out. He was there. He showed me the brownie pictures that he took himself, and we're not going to bore you with all the details, but well, our hats off and tribute to Kelly, a great father-in-law and a great stepfather and great grandfather to my children. Now, all of this didn't need to happen. We've got Neville Chamberlain here. Now, Neville Chamberlain, I think he's got a bad rap, Mike, because he tried to do something. The Germans moved into Czechoslovakia, and he went over to broker a peace. His idea was, well, if we could placate Hitler, it'd be all right. So he went over and met with Hitler, and Hitler said, oh, look, all we need is the northern area where there's some Germans. We're going to just do that, and then that's it. And so he came back, and here's that famous picture where he's waving the treaty that he signed with Hitler. It says, peace in our time. It didn't quite work out that way.
No, it didn't, unfortunately.
You know, it didn't. Well-meaning. So after a few more years of war, Germany had taken over all of this part, and they wanted to have what they called Lebensraum or Lebensraum, and they wanted to have the space to grow, and that was their point. And they wanted to have this, and in fact, they conquered all the way to France, and the only thing that stood in the way were the Allies in Great Britain. And it's amazing, just that little island, they stood up to them, and that brought us to today, D-Day, 75 years ago. Tremendous people. We're in the memory of the greatest nation. You know, they call this the greatest generation. But, you know, Mike, I think that's because it was the greatest war. It was the biggest war that we'd ever had. And you and I have talked to lots of wonderful, outstanding young men that have gone since 9/11, gone to Afghanistan or Iraq. These guys are the world's best, are they not?
They are. There's a reason why we're the greatest country on Earth, and they're one of the biggest reasons. Yeah, you can talk about economy and all this, but it's the people that protect us to allow us to be able to do that. If it wasn't for those guys, and I've got several friends that are active and out, Scott, who's normally here. Those guys keep us here and let us have this studio and let us, stream to you all live and talk to you all. And you can't say enough thank you to those guys. And these guys really started because at that time, and the way that they went in and didn't have the technology and the weaponry that we have today, they just, you see the iconic scenes of the doors open and off they go. And they just went and didn't ask questions, and they knew it was best for their family back home and to keep our freedom.
And freedom is something that's precious. I think back to Neville Chamberlain, he was really trying to do the best thing, but a lot of people say, why on earth would Hitler do that? Well, people were debating what he was going to do. He just went out and did it, and then we had to play catch up. There are other dictators around the world. Here is Jimmy Carter with Kim Jong-il's dynasty here, and they met and they brokered peace, and that didn't last. And of course, right. Our own President Trump's been over there trying to get peace. And then here's John Kerry, and you see Obama trying to reason with Ayatollahs. And sometimes this can't really happen. And unfortunately, we will go to protect ourselves when necessary. What you were just mentioning it, keep us free. What makes us different is this concept of freedom. And I've got a slide here you'll see of the Constitution. This is so much of what you and I do. We've got the freedom of speech, and hopefully it'll continue to last, that we'll be able to, put this stuff out for you guys. We're able to have a free marketplace, and then, of course, the Second Amendment, right?
Absolutely. That was one of the reasons that we really, GunStuff TV got started, was freedom. The speech, the Second Amendment, the truth, and not mainstream media. These guys fought for us to be able to protect ourselves. And there are people out there that don't want you to be able to do that.
There are too many.
Hence last week, was it last week we talked about the hatchet guy, I think?
Yeah.
And that clerk got fired because he brandished a weapon. Yeah. But he was trying to save his life. These guys are out across the world and D-Day and all that, fighting for him to be able to do that. And there's people saying, oh, well, you're going to lose your job because you protected yourself.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it.
If you go to our website and also on our Facebook page, you'll see this slogan, you have the right to defend yourself and your family. And right. you can't defend yourself with a pocket knife, can you?
You can, but
sometimes
if somebody else, like I joked last week, the guy, he brought a knife to a gunfight, it's fine if you just want to have a knife. Yeah, it can protect you, but you should have the right to carry a firearm if that's what you choose. If you want to carry, a baseball bat, you should have the right to do that. It's protection, as long as you're not running around and just beating people up, you should have the right to protect yourself.
You should have the right, and we've heard from lots of GunStuff viewers and people on the website purchasing firearms for their protection. We've talked to them on the phone. A lot may be single women, they may be working in a hospital, and they're trying to protect themselves. They get out late night shift, and they're worried. They're in an area like Cincinnati. The hospital's not in the greatest place, so they get out, and all of a sudden, what do? Well, if they have a concealed carry, they feel a lot safer now, don't they, Mike?
Absolutely, and that brings me back to some of the states that want to, pass gun laws. Now it's 18. They want to raise everything up to 21. Well, you just mentioned like Children's Hospital and whatever else. A young mom wants to protect her kids, and maybe she's 20 years old and has a child. We're going to tell her that she cannot protect her family because she's not 21. That doesn't make any sense to me. As long as I'd like to see everybody go through training and all that sort of thing to know how, just like a driver's license, and then you got your concealed carry, you go through some training. But we should not tell that young mother that she cannot protect her family because of her age.
Well, and there's lots of people that are fighting against that in different municipalities, a lot of the presidential candidates we've mentioned here on the show, and we'll probably continue to call attention to them.
And there's a list of them.
There are. There's quite a few.
And it's getting longer. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Well, you know, let's turn to this week's mail. Now, by the way, you folks, we have an opportunity for you to learn about special sales, opportunities on the website that you wouldn't necessarily know about unless you subscribed to our email. So on the bottom of every page on our website, you'll see a little spot. It's all you need to do is put your first and last name in the email, and you can subscribe. Now, if you want to unsubscribe, it's simple. Every email that goes out has an unsubscribe button, and you push it. Now, in this week's email, we wanted to show you some of the things that we featured. This first one is the SCCY TT pistol. Now, this thing is very, very popular. Look at the price there, Mike. It's an unbelievable price.
You can protect yourself for less than $200.
Yeah. You know, the guys...
and then buy a bunch of ammo for it, you know? Some
of the guys at the USCCA were talking about this weapon, and it's a very good weapon, and it's a great one to protect yourself. Now, one of our friends just purchased this Taurus 9mm, again, affordable.
Absolutely. You know, like we talked last week too, when you buy something like this, you know, it gives you the opportunity for a low price to go out and be able to shoot it, purchase ammo, and go get trained, and not have to break the bank with a $800 or $1,000, you know, pistol. If that's something you want to do down the road, that's great.
We've got those too, don't we?
We do have those.
We've got $4,000 pistols if you want.
And hopefully coming up, we'll be doing a lot of videos for one of those pistols, you know.
Exactly.
With Faxon out there, so.
Yeah, we've got a new pistol coming your way, and we'll be announcing it here in a week or so. Now, here's another popular, the Walther Creed. Now, here's an opportunity to get a Walther for under $300.
Yes.
Now, these emails are flying out right now. We've got about 1 million subscribers to our email base.
Yes.
And they're taking advantage, and you should too if you need a firearm. I mean,
actually, I just looked today. A Walther just got purchased this about 2 hours ago.
About 2 hours
ago. So it's a great price. I mean, you know, it just, the ergonomics on that pistol. I was holding it out at the NRA show and at SHOT, and it just sits in your hand.
You know, Mike, just last week.
Kind of like your next.
Just like,
yeah.
Just last week, our former president was out in some country somewhere saying, you know, the bad thing about America is that anybody can buy a gun. You can buy this over the internet. You can buy machine guns over the internet. Our country that I used to represent as president, this is a tragic flaw. I won't go into it. You could look it up yourselves, listen to it yourself. But is it quite accurate? Can we send these out just to anybody? How does that work?
No, we'll gladly take your money online. You can pay for it online, but no, it does have to go to your local FFL. That is something that you provide us after you purchase the pistol. Provide us with whatever FFL that you want it to go to, which is usually a sports store or a local gun shop, and we ship it to that FFL. Then you go. When it shows up, you have to get passed on the background check. That is the responsibility of that local gun owner, that local FFL. And then they run it through the national system, and you're then able to walk out with it, but not before. Amazon cannot drop it, and I think they're limiting that to 5 pounds anyway. So I think this is a little bit more than 5 pounds.
Well, so we're doing a great opportunity here for you, and you know, it actually makes me feel better. I like knowing that if anyone purchases a firearm, a new firearm in this country, they actually have to pass a background check.
Absolutely.
And we think that's important, and we think you probably do as well, I would guess.
Well, and do me a favor, for all you all out there, send something to Obama saying, and teach him what the laws are. Since he is the president, I would guess he's pretty educated. I don't know, but or former president, I should say. Just so you know what the laws are.
Yeah, he needs to learn a little bit about it. I think he knows. I think he's just bad-mouthing the U.S. Now,
absolutely.
Just one word for you people thinking about purchasing, and you're probably already racking up these sales right now as we're talking. all you need to do is you place your order online. You're going to get an email from us that's going to walk you through the whole step. We'll even give you an FFL finder. You can find somebody right up the street that's going to do the paperwork for you. We make it very, very simple, so it's not hard at all, and don't worry about that. We take care of that for you. Now, our last firearm on today's mailbag presentation, and you were just alluding to it. I don't know if the cameras can get over to here, but I've got quite a few right here, and let's get a nice wide shot of that. There you go, and go the other direction. Yeah, we've got quite a few. These are a special purchase. And Mike, tell us what we got here. And
this is probably the most you're going to see anywhere, because it's the last 12 or 13 that we have, and that is the last that the distributor has, as far as we know right now. They've called us and told us. It's the SIG P 320. I mean, this thing just ergonomically just fits right in your hand. And you can see we've got $449 for this firearm, and it also comes with
3 mags.
3 mags.
Yeah, those mags
comes
are
with it.
about
These
$30
these
each.
are $30 to $35 a piece, something like that.
Something like that.
And you're getting 3 mags. Comes in the case, and
a case and a lock too.
And a lock for less than $450.
And this is a 6-hour we're talking about.
It is.
It's not, this is the premier brand. Normally $707.
Right.
That's
Yes.
stupid. And pull out, just let them look at that. I guess we're zooming in on all of this. I want to get in there real tight and hold that there for her, and so you see what it looks like. It's a great weapon. And then also
Beautiful.
the case and a lock.
And the three dot night sight,
Very
which
easy
is
to
very important, because obviously half the time it's dark outside, so you want to be able to see what you're shooting.
And this is one of the #1 choices of law enforcement. It's a great concealed carry and packs a wallet.
And it's great because, well, I shouldn't say great. It's nice. Unfortunately for you all in California, can't get it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's why I like it, because if California says you can't have it, then it's good with me.
And if you get over here, a tight shot on this, or a little wider, there you go. I want you guys to be able to see. And all right, so here's the case, and it comes with a lock, your firearm, and 3 magazines. Well, for $449. So.
And you're not finding that anywhere else.
No, and we did a search on it, and we are the only ones that have it at this price. And it's a special arrangement. We're not doing anything. We're not breaking any SIG policy. It's a special arrangement we have with SIG. Now, speaking of SIG, we've talked about this every week, and I'm reading this out, and we're testing our camera operator and see just how tight she can get in on this. And okay, so I think she's got it, and there you have it. Folks, this is the SIG Sauer ammunition. You'll see this, the brass is nickel plated on here. This is the hollow point. And as we mentioned last week, this expands on impact. So this is a self-defense round. Now, Mike, the nice thing about SIG is they have this weighted, you can buy a practice ammo, right?
Absolutely. They're all the same. So you're able to go to the range and practice and plink and not have to break the bank. And because the last thing you want to happen is you go out, you go to fire it, and you're not real confident that your pistol's going to fire. Because if you go to the range and you buy the cheaper ammo, it expands different. It can jam, and if you ever get a jam, well, last thing you want, like I said, if somebody comes up, you, God forsaken, have to pull your firearm. You want to be confident that it's going to fire. And if you ever have issues at the range where it jams, you're not going to be confident. So SIG has put together a great package that, all of their stuff is set up the same. So you're going to be confident all the way through.
So if you look at our picture here online, you'll see that the SIG, it's only $7.93. And look, it's got 19 customer reviews, 5 stars. Everyone loves this. They love the price. Now, it's not the only ammo we sell. Here's another great sale just out in this week's email. $438. Oh, now it doesn't show how many rounds on here, but I think there's 1,000 rounds. We missed that when we were producing.
We had that fixed for you, but it's 1,000.
1,000 rounds. And of course, here's the ubiquitous grenade, and we've got the grenades out there for you. Where are one? Do we have one of those?
It's right there.
This is my famous.
One just flew off the shelves earlier today.
Yeah, these are going out to just a paperweight. Now, on to what you're really wanting to know about. Mike, we've been doing this ADCO giveaway, and tell us a little bit about the Super Thumb.
The Super Thumb is a thumb saver. This bag, go to our website, register. We give one of these out every week, and we'll send it out to you. We'll let you know when you win. We'll get an address. We'll send it to you. We want you to take a picture of it when you win it. Like I was talking, going out and practicing. You're going out to the range. You're taking the family out. You're in the, out to the farm, whatever, being safe. You're going to probably go through 50, 100, maybe a couple hundred rounds of shooting. This thing here will save your thumb because it takes a long time and it will make your thumb raw. You all out there probably know that. This, what is there? 6 or 8 in here? It's several different calibers.
It's everything you would need.
Yeah, anything you would ever need. And you can load your magazines very fast.
So this week's winner.
So thank you for ADCO for
ADCO.
sponsoring that.
Yeah, they're our sponsor for that. And this week's winner is Charles Sargent. And we sent you an email today. Charles, send us your address. We're going to send this right out. Now, if you folks, I don't have the link on here, unfortunately, but if you go to GunStuff.tv/ADCO, you can register for this. Now, we have another contest. And this is the Leatherwood contest. Tell us just briefly about our scope. You've been hearing it all month.
Been hearing it all month, and it's now over. We're getting ready to reveal it. But this is the Hilux Leatherwood M1000 Pro. Good out to about 1,000 yards. This thing is a tank. The great thing about this scope is whether you're out hunting or what have you, and your animal, especially you all out west, a 500 yard, 600 yard, 700 yard shot is not out of the ordinary. So as that animal's moving, you never have to come up from your glass. All you're doing is twisting. And this is adjusting to wherever that's going. You just bracket it and follow it and take the shot when you're there, and you never have to come up. You never have to twist,
Literally point and shoot.
Point and shoot. And it takes about, when we first sighted that in, it took us, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour. It was almost dead on, and we just took us longer because we were going different yardages, and setting things up. But
well, you can see
they do a great product.
You can see how beautiful it looks.
Yes.
And now here's the
grand
next
prize.
time we're going to get a drum roll in here. George Bakash has won this, and we let him know also today. And George, you send us your street address. We're going to email you that. It's over $500 value. You're going to be very, very happy. And but that is not the only giveaway. We're announcing a new giveaway, the Spartan Blades giveaway. And now you register for this, as you can see, GunStuff.tv/Spartan. Here's a close-up picture of it. You'll see how beautiful it looks. And thanks to Chris and Samantha for doing a great job on these photos. Here's another. As you can see on the back side there, if you zoom in there real close, you'll see that the, to your computer screen, you'll see it's got the Second Amendment on there. And then on the front side, here's the M4 famous weapon on there. So that is a great gift for anybody that likes firearms. And also wants a knife. Second Amendment, the quality on this is really unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. It's Spartan. You're buying quality when you buy a Spartan blade. Go to their website, read all about them. This is not your average blade. The material that they use is the highest quality out there. So not only, especially on this one, the engraving and the detail and everything, but you're getting a quality blade. And it's 2 former Green Berets that make them, so they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
And they put their heart and soul into everything.
It's a limited edition, so get on now, GunStuff, as you can see on your screen, GunStuff.tv/Spartan, and enter in the drawing. And we're going to announce this on the 4th of July or that week. That week. The Thursday after that.
And this is another 500 plus knife.
Yes. So you connoisseurs out there already know what we're talking about. And we're going to have, Mike, we're going to have them on the show probably next week.
Yes. They were hoping to be on today, but they're traveling. So I think next Thursday we're going to try and Skype them in.
We'll get them in here and tell you folks a little bit about it. Now, just a reminder to you folks, every Thursday, okay, you want to stay connected with GunStuff. We're trying to bring you the information that you want, give you free opportunities to register for some of these giveaways. We've got more giveaways coming. We'll have an extra new giveaway next week, just to remind you. Just go to GunStuff.tv, and if you go to Facebook, make sure that you've friended us, made us a friend, and that you like our page on Facebook. Every Thursday at 2 p.m. you're going to see our broadcast. It's also on Twitter, Periscope. It's on 2 or 3 different channels on Facebook, and it's also on YouTube. The internet gods permitted. Well, thanks a lot for being on the show.
Hey, I want to say one thing. Yeah. Keep the everybody out there, send us messages. Keep the ideas coming in. We're looking to get in Skype with different people. So, you know, if you have ideas of maybe you want us to interview some people, that sort of thing. Oh, I'm getting yelled at. I was wondering what you were talking about.
Yeah,
but send in some ideas, and when you do that, we will send you a GunStuff TV hat as well. You know, this one's a little bit nicer because I'm not wearing it this time. But you know, we'll send you a hat for participating. We appreciate it, but we're always looking for ideas from viewers and what we can do out there.
Well, we sure are, and tell us more of what you think of GunStuff, and be sure to tell your friends. Thanks for watching today.